Hey everybody! Today I'm just going to make a quick video on how to turn your supermarket sweet potatoes into more sweet potatoes. Super simple. We're going to go ahead and talk about how we went from just 2 potatoes that we picked up at the grocery store. I think mine actually were just 2 organic sweet potatoes from Publix. One of them I tried was like a dark purple one. I'm not really sure if that one ended up in the garden or not, but we're just going to talk about how to go ahead and make your own slips so that you can grow your own sweet potatoes. It's very easy. They love the heat, so it's a great thing to grow here in Florida. Now, for those of you who have never seen my sweet potato patch, I basically took 2 potatoes, grew a few slips, and planted them out here. And now I have an absolute sea of sweet potato vines. Sweet potato vines are actually edible. They say you can just saute them up however you like to saute your greens in general. I'll be honest, I haven't tried them yet. I did eat a leaf or 2 just straight off the plant to see what they were like. But I definitely think that we will try cooking with some of these here this week. We are going to be doing something called shelf timber for the rest of the month, which is where we try to cook only with things that we already have in the house, using only a $25 per week budget for the grocery store. So we're going to be blowing out our pantry and our freezer, and so some of these leaves might come in handy. I'm going to go down the hill and show you how these suckers have gone over the wall. Okay, here's where my sweet potato patch has come down. Now, we had this planter area in the front of our house that had nothing going on in it, and we decided to go ahead and use it for sweet potatoes and pumpkins, which is what's over here. And the sweet potatoes, I was told they would grow a ton of vines, and they were not lying. These things are spreading all out into the yard down here, which is just fine. It's an area of the yard that no one goes into, but I just wanted to show you that these are definitely prolific and kind of beautiful. I mean, they make a really nice green, lush drop over this wall, which is actually quite beautiful. I've heard some people say that these will bloom and there will be flowers coming off of these sweet potato vines. I haven't seen any yet. I've also heard other people say that there's never flowered, and yet they harvested sweet potatoes. One thing I am definitely hoping is that all of these vines are a sign that we're at least going to get some potatoes underneath the ground. So fingers crossed for that. Now let's get up and I'll show you how easy it is to do your slips. Okay, I've heard of several ways to do this. Some people will cut this potato, stick it in water. Some people will put a few toothpicks in it and submerge part of the potato in water. I didn't do either one of those things. I leave these potatoes just sit on my counter in my kitchen, and they do this all on their own. So I usually wait until my slips are a good at least 4 inches, but like this one is quite long. So I usually wait until they're getting a little longer, and then I just grab a group of them, I break them off, stick them in a little jar, and if you have multiple jars, you can do them separately at first. It doesn't really seem to matter too much, so I just put them all together, and as they start to develop their roots, which is going to happen very quickly, then you can spread them out if you need to, just so they don't get all tangled up. So in the beginning, I just do them this way. Now, if you look on these little guys, you'll see, it's kind of hard to see out here in this light. It's really bright, so I can't see my screen very well, but you'll see little nubs, I guess, little white nubs along these stems. This is areas where roots are going to come shooting through pretty much straight away. So a couple days in water to get some roots going, and you're good to go. So you'll just take your potato and you'll go ahead and look for a nice long one. And literally all you're going to do is grab that at the bottom and just pinch it off. That's it, nothing to it. You really can't hurt it, you really can't break it. You just pinch that little sucker off and drop it in your jar. Go ahead and put some water in that jar and stick it somewhere and wait for those roots to pop up, and I'm telling you, they will not take long at all. I'll try to include some photos of the slips when we planted them. I planted ours, let's see, I think it was around June 22nd, I think. Most people say about 90 to 100 days. You can go ahead and dig them up. Some people say just leave them in the ground a little longer. I'm probably going to go ahead and dig ours up the beginning of October, just so that I can use this area to plant something else. But that's it. That's all there is to it. I'm going to go stick some water in that jar and let them grow their roots, and then they'll be ready to drop in the ground. So super easy, This is just 2 organic sweet potatoes from the store. And these potatoes will continue to give you tons of shoots. So just pinch them off and keep going, keep growing. And that's it. Soon stick them in the ground and this is what you'll have. These thrive on neglect. I watered them just when we first put them in for about the first week or 2 and haven't touched them since. I haven't watered them, I haven't fertilized them. We'll see if that was the right call later when we discover if we actually got sweet potatoes out of it. But they seem to be doing okay. They're at least making greens. We'll see what we get later. Anyway, that's it for us today. Just a short video. Grow some sweet potatoes, y'all. They're super easy. There's still time to drop some in the ground. If you need some slips in your local, I've got extras. Come pick some up. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, grow some food, have some fun, and definitely get your kids outside. Bye.